Good afternoon, everybody. Day three on my adventure here in Texas. Got to go to their Capitol building today. It was nice. It was good. It's still really cold. Um, I guess it's would be sweater weather, kind of a spring weather we would say in Canada largely. Still warmer than the GTA, but sadly they were at the equivalent of high 20s and low 30s for many days until I arrived, and it's dropped down to daytime highs of about 10 degrees on average. And of course, it dips down. So that's sad. It's too bad. I would have liked the better weather. I wanted some short weather, and I didn't get it. And I guess it's unusual for this time of year. Pros and cons of Texas. Now, if you're an Albertan and you share that culture like I did, I grew up with, you fit in very well in Texas. And Texas people don't even notice that you're not a Texan or you're not from at least USA. They look at it that, oh, well, you sound like a Texan. We were so shocked to find out you're Canadian. But it has its pitfalls. Now the money, I'm going to show you this, and I saw a video on money, and this is a warning, especially for Canadians. Our money's very colorful, but America, the money's not so colorful at all. It's in fact, you can have bills same color, very close in different denominations. It's the denomination that stands out. So when you pay for things, if you're a traveler, make sure you do that transaction when it's cash. You complete it right there. You don't walk away from the transaction holding money and counting it on your way out. Texas is rough for scams. That's a fact. You pay with 100, especially like I did last night, and why I was so upset is I was at a club. I'm down to my 100, so I pay for a drink with $100 bill, and I get a wad of change back. And you can see there's a $5 on top, and right, and you walk away, and you got like a handful of money. I'm thinking, okay, 20s. So I'm walking away with my drink, and I'm flipping through it. They're all ones. I got all ones change. I got taken for $60 right there. And I went back and said, excuse me, I paid you 100, and it was, get the F out of here. Oh, fuck you, get lost. The other thing is, with that particular club, it was license scanning. So when you show your license, they already know, oh, he's Canadian, and these are the issues. I basically, it's take a hike, get lost. Then I hailed a cab, to put matters worse, who took me across Austin. And the hotel I stay at, you can hear the echo. Rooms are huge here. That's another pro of USA in general. Every state I've been to so far, hotels are cheap comparatively to Canada, and they're extremely spacious. So they're large. They're very large rooms, not like Canada. The bathrooms are outstanding too. But basically, I hailed a cab, and I got in the cab, and you take that for granted. Now in Texas, almost every cab driver, if you don't know this, has a gun in the glove box. They have firearms here, and cab drivers protect themselves. So unfortunately, I hailed a cab. It was there, so I jumped in it. Take me back to this hotel, and there's only one in Austin, so you can't mess that up. So I don't know Austin. He takes me all the way across the other side of Austin in the opposite direction of my hotel, takes me to another hotel that I clearly didn't tell him to take me to. He says, oh no, you said. I said, no, I didn't. We argued. I said, forget it, I'm out of here. But I had to pay, and you pay. They will drop the glove box, and you'll see you will pay. So then I get dropped off completely across town. There goes a free $65, and then I had to get another cab from there ordered. And the cabbie who's been driving me to and from University of Texas, there's my shirt, came and got me, and he said, I told you, call me. I'm like, well, the cab was there. And he goes, it's not our cab. And when we put the number in, it isn't in the cab's company. People do that scam. They'll decorate a car with cab logo and everything else, and then they're just there to take you for a ride, take you for your money, and they're not even a registered cab. There's Ubers like that too. You really have to do it online. That's what I recommend. Careful in Texas with disclosing your identity as being Canadian. Obviously, I'm not doing that. But when you go to clubs where they scan your license, watch out for the change and stand there, complete the transaction. Everywhere you use cash, at least in Texas, I never had that problem in all my New York. I never did. And there was quite a few times where it was very busy and they just hand you a wad of change and you count it with your food or whatever you've ordered as you walk away. And it's never been an issue, but it was an issue in Austin. And, there's a lot of beautiful people here, but you've got to be very diligent. You've got to protect yourself. And those are the scams. Totally last night, just in a half-hour period, folks, I basically was soaked out of $180 American, and when you convert that to Canadian, it's quite a bit of money for literally what? A drink and a cab ride home that should have been no more than $30 turned into totally $180. So yes, I was upset. I shot the video and it will stay there. It's part of my life journey, all my trials, tribulations, and failures. My Facebook is mine. It's a personal log of the life I live and the things I do, good or bad, or how they go, and they're always in real time. And that's for me, and it's for credibility, and it's also for all of you. So people can take it as they want to take it. It's a learning lesson. I impart on everybody. If you come to Texas, take these learning lessons. Tonight I'm going to go out again. I'm going to be very diligent. No big bills. I've already broke down all my money into 20s, and I see Ian was talking about that. It's, separate your money, but I think I'm just going to leave money here with my bags, and I'm only going to take what I need, and I've already learned that lesson from the GTA on money and ID. And, when I say GTA, the Greater Toronto Area, very rough, folks. Like, for Canadian, I'm Western Canadian from Alberta, and I found the GTA extremely rough for scams, for people taking advantage, and even violence. So what I see of Austin, sorry, it's just my experience, the city of Austin, that's what you'll go through too. On the same level, I can equate it to the GTA Greater Toronto Area, the cab scams, the cash change, and if you walk away from the transaction, good luck getting restitution. You'll just get thrown out, and it's what it was. And I was very upset, and I'm going to leave the video because it is true. It is true, and that was my experience. I'm going to be very, very diligent now, and if you're traveling, be diligent. Be diligent. Don't fall for these things that happen to me, and things happen to everybody, but nobody ever talks about it. Are they criminal? Sure, but it's kind of a underhanded criminality. It's like when I got pickpocketed in Richmond in GTA, and that was a pro pickpocket. But he gave the wallet back, even though it canceled cards, but he took the cash, of course, and I found it. But I know he had pickpocketed me up the steps right out of my front pocket. Like, these are things that happen in life, and you've got to be diligent and learn from them, and don't take things for granted. I did, and I lowered my guard. There are tremendously nice people in Texas. African Americans in Texas are extremely great. I didn't have any trouble with anybody. Texans are great. I met many couples. They were two-stepping, and it's just like Alberta. So I enjoyed that. A number of events after our convention days, and it was fun. Last night was fun too. It didn't go well near the end there. And again, it's diligence. Careful about license scanning establishments, determining you're out of country. Be careful of that. at least in Austin. I lived it. I seen it last night, live experience. It's not fun, especially when you get bullied on it. And what are you going to do? Good luck with police. You know what I mean? It's one of those crimes that, oh, well, you've been drinking. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I know the money I brought. I know what I have, and I know what I'm using. I know the change. Doesn't matter how many drinks I've had. Same with the cab, because the cab company that he's got the logos and the cab number isn't in their registry, and I determined that when the company came and picked me up. And of course, it's been my driver that I order every time, and he really likes me, an Egyptian fella, and he was like, I warned you, I told you. I'm like, well, I don't know, man. I just hailed a cab. It was there. I jumped in. How am I going to know what they are or what they're going to do? But be careful, because I guarantee you, all cab drivers in Austin have generally a glove in the glove box. The driver who took me from, I paid $400 cash when my flight was finally canceled after being delayed 4 times in the first day layover in Dallas Fort Worth, and I was not going to miss another day of the convention like I had just missed. So I basically took the cab, and it was $400 American, and I did that to make it on time, and I had literally 2 hours of sleep. But that 4-hour trip, and he was an African American Texan too, and just a great guy, 50 years old. We exchanged life stories, the work I'm doing. He told me about his life. Just an incredible guy. But he's the one who said, hey, cab drivers, because I gave him 400, and he tells me a story about a Mexican couple who he had gave a ride all the way to the border, 1,700 cash, because I gave him, here's 400 cash, and he was all, whoa. And then he said, he was a little nervous, but he gets into this story. He said, and this couple, they had bags, these plastic bags, and I don't know what was in it, but I had my gun ready at the side, and he dropped his glove box to show me, right? Maybe thinking and telling me that story that maybe I was planning to rob him the money back when we get to Austin, right? And I said, oh, I'm not like that, man. But, it's, these are the differences. Lots of similarities for Albertans. You can easily blend into Texas culture. They're not even going to notice you. But when the highlight comes that you are Canadian, ooh, look out. And I took that for granted as I had a lot of fun for 2 nights in a row. And it's all good until people find out you're Canadian. A couple of places I did disclose that for the one band, but generally you don't have a problem. And even drivers are telling me, oh man, we would have thought you're from Texas, your accent, you're from Washington or you're Texas, one of the two, right? They wouldn't even think that you're out of country, not like others with heavy accents. So yeah, and that's just how it is. Like I don't know, that's my video. I want everybody to have that and learn lessons learned. Philadelphia, I don't know, people are warning me about that too, but you know what? You only live once. I'm going to do the Rocky statue. I'm going to do that challenge, and I'll spar in front of the statue at the bottom because they've moved it, but I'll do the steps in one video, and then I'll do the statue in another, and hopefully someone doesn't run away with my phone while I'm doing that, But it'll be okay. I'm sure it will be. I mean, everybody everywhere is different. What I experienced in New York was nothing like what's portrayed on TV. I found it easy, enjoyable. I mean, there's some neighborhoods, but even when I missed my turns and I ended in some pretty bad neighborhoods, I never had any issues, right? And I know people have said stories over the years, but my experience of New York was wicked. Over that long weekend, I didn't have any issues. I'm not saying there's probably a dark underworld, similar scams, but GTA, a lot of scams, same scams. I found Austin, Texas, and the change thing you got to watch. Remember, always complete transactions before you walk away. Don't just take the hand off and your drink or your food and walk away. Right there with them, look at that change, do that, or you're not going to get reciprocated, that's for sure. And it's a scam. Cabs, always order online, call, log it in, order it so that you can track it, because that's what keeps it honest. You jump in a cab, you're at the mercy. You're at the mercy. They don't even have to register it. And I'm just putting it out there for people to know because it's there, it's real, and that's dangerous too. Thanks, everybody. That's my video. Later now, I'm tired from the legislature and the 3 days, but I'm going to shoot some more tonight. I'm going to try the Latin scene, Mexican scene. I can't get Joe Rogan. There's nothing for Joe Rogan. There wasn't all weekend. And the first booking's tomorrow. I'll look at my timeline, but I'm flying out of Austin tomorrow. And I also had some experts and some local Texans telling me you've got to go look at Elon Musk and his Tesla factory. It's right by the airport. Make sure you go do that. And it's funny, Texans are troubled by Elon Musk too, and it was funny listening to so many talk to me about that, and a lot of what I was able to share with them in his family history, it made sense to them, it enlightened them. They know and they worry Elon's buying all kinds of property to create his own little labor force for his factory, and of course, as the song goes, and you know, these guys are articulating to me, and I said, I get it. It's called the company store, right? And you know, Elon came to Texas for the tax breaks, but he's hard on labor, as we see throughout everywhere he goes, and that is a South African pre-apartheid mentality that's ingrained with many South Africans. People think Elon's Canadian, and yes, he became Canadian, but their family entirely left an apartheid written and driven society without going through the dismemberment all the others went through. Their family escaped that, went to Canada, and then from Canada down. I don't think it's possible to find anywhere in the world billionaire chefs, billionaire tech giants in the same family. It's cockamamie to believe statistically, never mind a chef, a billionaire chef. Nobody becomes a billionaire as a chef. There's more to that family than meets the eye. And, you know, the academics I did meet over the course of those 3 days, I do want to do that tomorrow. So I'm going to go have a look at the property. I said I'd go look, and it looks like they're building a whole complex, is what I'm being told, for housing and housing labor for that Tesla factory. And of course, that's to create the company store. If people don't know the history of that, that's when companies like railroad companies, mining companies, they build the communities, and then the workers pay all of their wages back to the company for their living, for their food, for all the items they need, sometimes even the items to do their work. So basically it's free labor or forced labor. You can't afford to leave the company store, right? So we'll see. I'm gonna have a look, try to get that done before I fly out, but I'm gonna look at times. And yeah, Latin and Mexican tonight. God bless everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.